the ground. Hear the thunder, gorillas inbound. Armor-plated silverback steel, marching ahead with unstoppable zeal. Bullets spark and ricochet wide. Enemy archers run and hide, swinging fists and roaring loud. Me and the squad and all Valhalla's crowd. Drums get louder, shields held high. If you see fur, you should probably fly. Gorillinators, beat your chest and charge ahead. Gorillinators, too tough to end up dead. Gorillinators, steel high jungle war machine. Gorillinators, meanest apes you've ever seen. Meanest apes you've ever seen. Oh, hey, hey. Crab Maga ducks when the silverbacks pass. Soulbogs salute as we stomp through the grass. Microcop laugh till the trees explode. Then they're running fast down the muddy road. Oh, no, no. Tough means arrows bounce away. Muskets break and snap all day. Try your luck if you think you're brave, but you're gonna need a bigger grave. Helmets rattling, war drums pound. Every footstep shakes the ground. Gorillinators, beat your chest and charge ahead. Gorillinators, too tough to end up dead. Gorillinators, steel high jungle war machine. Gorillinators, meanest apes you've ever seen. Marching through the cannon smoke. Somebody's shield just broke. Big fists flying, armor shining. Enemy lines rapidly declining. Drums of thunder fill the sky. Gorillinators, too tough and too angry to die. Gorillinators, fighters, beasts of steel and rage. Gorillinators, kings of every battlefield stage.
Welcome to ToV Live. It is Valhalla time, and my goodness, I guess it's been a little minute, but we got some, well, mostly squads tonight. It's usually squads and heroes, but we got a ton of squads to explore tonight. So let's get cracking with it. Hello, hello. Happy Sunday to you all. Welcome to the ToV Podcast, episode 85. I am Ryan, aka Tales of Valhalla. The guy who does a lot of stop motion animation with Heroscape, as well as talking about Heroscape. Playing Heroscape, was at ScapeCon not too long ago, and got the ScapeCon fatigue. It's even sticking with me at later end of the week, but it was a great time. Perhaps we'll talk about it later on in the podcast a little bit. But I have with me tonight to talk about. Well, we're gonna go. We got some content creator shout outs. We got, as well as just one comment thing to address, and we have some squads and heroes to look at. We got some spiders, we got some soulborgs, we got some goblins, and we got some Gorillinators, as you heard from the song. And a quick shout out to Melon Man Studios, link in the description below. Check out his music. He's got more than just that song, and quite a variety of music. You're going to find something you love about just Heroscape themed characters, all kinds of genres that Mellow Man has posted up in the past month. So give his channel a look at, a subscribe, and just enjoy the sounds that he's created for us for Heroscape. So for sure. But tonight we have joining us tonight we have Sir Nobleman Nick. Hello, sir. Good to see you. And we have Sir Rangers of the East, aka Dan. Welcome, sir. Glad you could join us again.
Yeah, happy to be back.
Yeah, return. It's been a little while, but I'm glad you could join us. And there's a little bit of reason why Ranger is here with us tonight too, which we'll talk about that in a moment as well. It's another potential content creator that his face happened to show up in. It's just like, oh, I know that guy. So we'll see that as well. We're talking about that as well in a second. But just address the chat. The Wet War Pigment there. Saying, I guess there's a game over, man, game over. I can't be that old to nobody knows. Someone's got to understand that reference. Someone. It's like rest in peace, Bill Paxton.
Yeah, isn't that Starship Troopers, right?
No. Oh my goodness. I am too old. My goodness.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, if y'all haven't seen the movie Aliens, stop what you're doing right now. Go to your TV and watch it. Watch it right now. It's one of the best sci-fi movies ever made. Go watch it now. No. And we got Billy Rager in the chat saying, "Hola, hola, señor, cómo estás?" Muy bien. Gracias. All right. Well, how about we get started with this then? I'm going to expand this window here for a second. Now, we see spiders. We're not going to talk about spiders just yet. We're going to hop over to another tab instead. Again, we're going to just give some shout-outs to some content creators here. So, all right. Now, of course, I'm going to mispronounce this, but I think Dan will correct me if I do. Sleepy, just say it for me.
Sleepy Sneha.
Sleepy Sneha, okay. What a darling. So now you're probably asking yourselves, why, Ryan, are you recommending a vlog channel? Well, this particular young lady vlogger has a video just posted not a few days ago saying accidentally joining a board game tournament. And what do you think that board game is? Yes, it's Heroscape. And here, I'm going to try it. The thumbnail is here. It's a little small, but we do see Dan in there. Here, I'm going to try and pop it up a little bit more. Yeah, there he is. There he is right there. And there's some Heroscape boards and stuff. So basically, she has the perspective of kind of like an outsider's perspective of not just playing Heroscape, but being part of a Heroscape game tournament in the local store that they went to. So I found it just refreshing, something out from the norm of someone, people like us who kind of know Heroscape, who kind of know what the grind is like. And it's just interesting to see someone else, and she's a good editor too. She presents her videos very well, and yeah, I was very much amused for this video. Dan, do you have anything to say? Because I know like you're in on this thing, so tell us a little bit about it for a second.
Yeah, it's been a very kind of exciting like step journey, right? Of we've known each other for 5-ish years now, so she's kind of seen every reaction that I've had as Heroscape almost came out and then failed and then came back and then stayed, and then the events that I started going to and whatnot. And so we had spoken a lot about Heroscape, right, over the past few years. But something else that I've been able to do is show this game to people. I used to play like a bit of Warhammer, a bit of the Lord of the Rings game Games Workshop makes and whatnot, and you'd show that game to someone, right, and you'd maybe get through the first game, and they'd go, "Okay, that was fun. I don't want to play this again. But with Heroscape, what I've noticed time and time again, I'll show someone the game, or we'll get a little table, right? Because it's a very multiplayer friendly game. So there'll be a table with like 4 or 5 of us playing, and we'll get to the end, and it's just like excitement all around the table. Everyone had a good time. Everyone's asking to play again, and so that's kind of what happened. Showing Sneha how to play as well. So that was very fun to see. It's very cool to be able to share your interest with other people, and then see them actually enjoy that too. And so we do a lot of that back and forth. There's a lot of things that we both do. We're both part of the filmmaking kind of sub industry right in our area. So we're part of a lot of like smaller film projects and whatnot. So it's just another fun thing that it has worked out. And then she posted a really cool video about it. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen it yet, make sure to check it out. It's I'm in it, so
yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely, and it's just a refreshing thing to see. And I think anybody who like loves Heroscape and is trying to find a way to get other people to, just enjoy the game for what it is, to understand more the perspective of what an outsider might be feeling or thinking. And all this, especially in like a tournament setting. It's one thing just to play casually and just have fun with it. Tournament setting is totally, well, not really another thing, because the great thing is we have a great community. And most of the people, we treat each other with a mutual respect, even people who might not be as familiar with the game as others. And we still continue. We're competitive. We're still like, okay, I'm going to win, but we still have a mutual respect, towards who we are playing against. So I'm glad she was able to really point that out. So definitely give the video a watch. It's very entertaining, and and definitely help grow her channel too. Give her a sub as well. So
yeah, if we keep getting more videos, then she'll make more Heroscape content. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, I'd love to see that too. So that to where eventually just from vlog channel to like Heroscape champion.
Yeah, and I bet she'd love that.
that
showing up at the Gen Con, that would be a fun evolution, I think.
I think that's the next step. You go from local store tournament to Gen Con, then maybe eventually ScapeCon. To where it's like you just get totally wiped, but you're enjoying every second of it. But yeah, so that's taking a look at that content creator, and then I just want to give a real quick shout out to El Duderino here, and I'm nearly 99% sure this is the correct channel. And here, hold on a second, I got to share the tab first before I move over. That would be an important thing. The gentleman who manages this YouTube channel. And okay, we got Jeremy the SLM there in the chat saying, "Yo, let's congrats on 950 subs." Yeah, I did reach the 950 mark, which is very, very cool. So my guess is that probably in a fairly short amount of time, I'll probably do another sub drive, because the sub drive really worked well, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, thank you, the SLM. But yeah, El Duderino. So I met this gentleman real quick at ScapeCon. He came up to me, asked who I was, and basically said, "Yeah, I'm Tales of Hell." And I mentioned this on the backstage that I already posted publicly, so I'm not gonna like talk too much about it. Just go back to that backstage that I just released. But it was one of the best moments out of the entire ScapeCon, because it's always great when someone just shows you gratitude for shouting them out and encouraging them, and for doing what you're doing. And that gave me perspective and just a chance to reflect on like the past 10-15 years of me doing things that I'm doing, and thank God still here, still around. So yeah, I just thought, I've shouted his channel before, but I'm shouting out again, and he only got 52 subscribers, so give him some sub stuff going, because he's still fairly active. He did something like a month ago. And just keep on encouraging for all to do what you can do on your content creation, and especially if you just love Heroscape and you just want to do something even within a niche realm. Just do what you love to do, and the audience shouldn't matter too much. Although I'm still going to try to encourage anybody to view whatever you can view, because exposure is important. So El Duderino, check him out, and thank you so much, El Duderino, for your support and just exchanging words with you a couple weeks ago. And then, of course, last but not least, I'm giving Ranger, like, link in the description already is below for Ranger, but I'm giving him just a real quick shout out too, because yeah, it's been a year. I know it's been a minute, but he has a YouTube channel too, and the stuff that he has on there is good. So give him some subs, give him a reason to make some more content, because if he's doing filmmaking projects and if he's a fellow filmmaker, then you need to give him a reason to do more work in that aspect on things. All right. Now, what is the time? Okay. So before we hop into, I'm gonna go back, switch back to the spiders. One other thing that I want to talk about for the moment is actually the sub drive. Now, usually we do comments, like a comments section, to where we're reading people's comments from like previous streams or previous podcasts. But I just want to address the huge thing. Like for the sub drive, I think I had like 70, like 60 plus people just basically say I subbed, and including like just I believe it was like 70 plus people that actually subbed. Some people that probably didn't want to enter in the contest, and that's fine. But overwhelmingly, it's amazing how I was able to boost past 900 now into 950. That much closer, just 50 subs away from 1K, which is really, really awesome. And I just thank you for everybody who was able to leave a comment saying that I subbed. I had to keep track. I do need to like focus it on maybe not on like say sub on any video, because I had to like retrace my steps on every single video to check those comments. But no, it was you all have my gratitude, and I thank you all for your support for that. So that's addressing that. We got a great community, don't we, Nick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do appreciate it. And for those who did win some of the sub drives prize stuff, I kind of half reached out to some of y'all, like Billy Rager. You're one of them. I know I just still need to like give you send something out to you to because you have Billy Rager is one of the winners, and he's got some choices between some of the ScapeCon stuff that I collected. So yeah, but I will reach out to you guys soon. Just things get busy. All right. So what?
And you got your little thing that you won too in the mail.
Oh yeah. No, that's right here. That's right here. I'm just waiting because there are things that I've been getting in the mail. I'm waiting like maybe like a week or two from now when Secrets of Citadel stuff come in, so I can just open everything all at once. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That should be in a week or so, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I did get this too. I did get this. This is like. I'm gonna post up. I finally got one. I finally.
Oh, I still need to paint that thing.
For those of you who are listening to the Spotify side of things, that was a Thraxus Dragoon.
He's actually pretty good with the infantry that came out, but he's also more fun than a lot of other characters because you have to roll the d20 to see if you can frenzy or see if you're taking someone's turn and putting it on something else. So he can do a lot of crazy things.
I'm looking to build like that type of bug army. Depending on what else Renegade release, if there's anything that's gonna like include with the Skordire soldiers and everything that belongs to them, and I need a few more Skordire soldiers too, but that will come in time, I'm sure. Okay, so how about we start diving into these squads and heroes then, and we have Fyorlag Spiders first on. On the chopping block is Fyorlag Spiders. Classic Heroscape, but these are the original Heroscape bugs. And this is before we read the card. I know one thing for Renegade. It's like we need more bugs, and I'm not talking about like sci-fi bugs from another planet. I'm talking about bugs that we encounter every day throughout. I mean, we have a dragonfly. We got these spiders, you know, from Classic Scape. We have VC beads. We have Valhalla custom bees. But I'd love to see a bee and a queen.
There's so many cool ones, like a
Heroscape.
mantis.
Ladybug, mantis.
Yeah.
We have Insect Kingdom stuff galore, and it's so easy just to match them in with Akila's faction, because that's what she's all about, is like raising up like these creatures to be kind of like sentient with their own minds and not mindless. I even have like a kind of like a script idea for a particular Fyorlag spider to make it kind of unique and different from its counterparts in a future Tales of Valhalla thing. So that's something I think about. So the possibilities are out there. But let's read the card. I guess I'll give this a shot first. So Fyorlag Spiders, Aquila. They are arachnids, common squad, scouts, wild, small 2. Got 1 life, move a 7, range of 1, attack a 2, defensive 2, 40 points. And there's 3 of them. 3 in the squad. They have climb times 3 when moving up or down levels of terrain. Fyorlag Spiders may triple their height. They have an entangling web. After moving and before attacking, you may choose anyone small or medium opponent's figure that is engaged with at least 3 Fyorlag Spiders that you control. Roll the 20-sided die. If you roll a 16 or higher, remove 1 unrevealed order marker at random from the chosen figure's army card, or cards if your opponent has more than 1 common army card for that figure. And then, the most important thing, Predator Bonding. Before taking a turn with Fyorlag Spiders, you may first take a turn with any predator you control. So that's the card. Now, what are our thoughts on these? When it comes,
you can go.
I've only played against these guys once. I don't. Because you're one of the squads I don't own, because I didn't want to spend $100 on a per squad of spiders, and I haven't cared enough to proxy them yet. But it was, of course, whenever you talk about the spiders, it's hard not to talk about VC because of the giant dragon of the room.
Yep.
And it is
it's a nice army.
list. The ability to chain attacks off of these wimpy little spiders to get where you want to go, it's vile. It's really good.
No, my first time I encountered Fyorlag Spiders was with a Quohan build, and it was Chris Perkins that I was up against. The Chris Perkins at I think it was ScapeCon 2, and when he finished slaughtering me, as he does against little guys like me, I'm just like, can I take a picture? You know, and first of you, then your army built, so I can like build this myself and get it. So I now have I have a good amount of spiders in Quohan. Haven't really played the army build yet, like competitively, but I have them because I see the potential in them. I think with these spiders, they're really good. And Nick, back me up on this if you think where I'm going with this. And the Predator Bonding is good. Unfortunately, it's very, very limited type of build. You got to make sure you have at least, I'd say, 4 squads of spiders to do really good work, if not 5.
Typically I think you
mass amount of them. And
I mean, in like a cheese event where it's not Delta points or anything, I know Quahan and Spiders and Raylan is like the top army you can have, basically. I mean, it's one of the top 3 of all of Heroscape when you're not in Delta points. So I think, 4 is pretty good, but I think as long as you have Raylan, Quahan, then you can just have as many spiders as you want. If you have extra points, you could throw in Estavara or a Wyvern to move people around or something. But yeah, 4 is probably a solid number.
Yeah. And as far as variety goes, it's like you can't really match them with too much. Like you said, that's basically the core army build for them. There's not much more they can venture into. Maybe with, I think,
Yeah, you usually got the fly and the wyvern that they bond with.
That's it. And the wyvern army could.
wyverns are fun.
It can be fun. So there's a little bit, but we just don't have too many predators, you know.
Luckily you can have multiple wyverns if you want.
Right.
And then Estavara does have her aura that helps them, but she doesn't really last super long if you can get to her. Luckily, though, the spiders are so quick that they usually get to people first, and they can kind of block for you or take glyphs easily. They're so small that they can kind of hide behind even basic terrain. If there's like a 2-height ledge, you're not going to be able to see them behind it. So they got a lot of little tricky things with their army they can do.
For sure. And yeah, there's no doubt an entangling web. It's possible. It's just an added like effect to where it's like it can really like just bother your opponent a little bit if that actually connects.
Yeah,
you know that's why you need a lot of them.
If your opponent slow rolls, it's hard to do the entangling web, but if they do happen to just have somebody out in the open that's a squad figure and they got all their turns on the squad, then you got a quarter of a chance to take away one of their 3 turns. So that's a super strong thing when it happens.
But yeah, from the way you're making it sound already, it's niche. It's definitely niche. But they're only 40 points for 3 of them.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
40 points.
Delta, they go up to 50.
They go up 50 delta, yeah. Okay. Which isn't terrible, but it makes you think a little bit more about them, for sure. And let's see here. We got Jeremy saying spiders got hurt because they came out so late. Crying purple face. Yeah. And this is the thing. I mean, they came out so late, and they were part of a terrain pack practically. So that made their rarity, and yeah, they can get so expensive. So if you're looking to like find them classic, this is one. Do you think that anything really needs to be changed about this? Like encountering the possibility of Renegade, like revise, like doing a 2.0 on something, or just like revising it, and just remaking it? Wouldn't this be a fairly simple one just to like release out?
I've been thinking you could do a pack of spiders and a wyvern. And that'd be a key. That would get in the way of the dwarves.
Well,
I don't know if there's any way these are going to come back.
Yeah, with the flag bearers that are coming back and everything, obviously Aquila doesn't have one, but we do have an idea of a dwarf one. So it could be dwarf. It could be an insect one, though, and then maybe they'll throw the spiders in with it. So...
I think also, spiders would be a good one to bring back. Like all the expensive units that like costs are astronomical out there for people to cost. I think it's more beneficial to get some molds in. Well, yeah, go ahead, Nick.
I was just gonna say 2 things we didn't mention that they can bond with is Sujoa, obviously, and then Kozel is the owl bear that they can bond with, which is pretty beefy and can deal a good amount of damage each turn.
I don't know this one.
So
I have to look this up. What's the name of it?
There's another one.
Yeah, I'll type. It's Kozil. Kozel.
One of the figures from the Blood of Grumish set, which has all those expensive ones in it.
He's got 8 life, 4 attack. Wounded Rage you can also roll to inflict another wound, and then Crushing Grasp is another thing.
That'd be a fairly easy one to print out and paint too. Like
yeah, I know that the WizKids line has like a very cheap owlbear too. Without even going to the 3D printing route, that's probably a pretty good approximation.
That's nice. So there's a little bit of variety if you're into VC stuff. Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, even though owlbear is more of kind of a D&D sort of thing, I think.
Okay.
It would be cool to have in like modern Heroscape, like Aquila could have one, or maybe LR or something. I think it'd be something neat.
For sure. And in the meantime, like 3D printing these, it's not hard, and it's not hard to like 3D print them and paint them either if you're just looking for proxies. Some type of nice size proxies. That's what I did for my son, because my son, like, watch Tales of Valhalla and see, and one of his favorite episodes is the episode with the spiders, and so he sees the spiders in my display. I'm just like, it's like this stuff is the cost of a mint. I'm not gonna let you touch these, especially when he was like 2-3 years old, you know. So I 3D printed some spiders, and they were, or I got some 3D printed and painted, and they were effective enough for him to use. Yes, Bill Flint. Yes, they bond with Wyvern. Yes. So there's a little bit of variety in predators, but and it gives them their value. But yeah, it definitely could be more for that. So let me read through the lore part here in this. Let's see what it says. Okay, character bio. Deep in the heart of... Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think I've ever thought about the spiders having lore before, but yeah, they definitely do.
Yeah, there's a little bit of writing there. So it says, deep in the heart of the Takala jungle, great threads of silk hang from the trees. The silk catches the falling rain, forming it into 1,000 beads of crystal. When the rain clouds clear, the light pours in through the jungle's leafy canopy. The webs of the Fyorlag spiders shine, revealing their intricately crafted beauty. Excuse me. When the sun burns away the droplets of rain, the web nearly disappears from sight. The Kiri of the Moon Tribe know how to look for the silver tendrils of the Fyorlag's web, but those foreign to the jungle do not. The web will latch onto a man and hold him tight. Struggling against the silken trap can win the man his freedom, but the Fyorlag spiders won't likely wait long enough for that to happen. So the very wild creatures, they're spiders, they're predators. That's what they do. But if Jeremy is still in the chat, one thing I want to ask, so the spiders are native to Valhalla then? It sounds to me that like they're native, like they weren't like brought in from another world. Can you confirm that, Jeremy, or can you confirm or deny that? Because who knows? The Renegade, for all I know, Renegade might be just like coming up with new bits of lore for these spiders that we know nothing about yet. You know, in the back burner. I don't know.
Spider Queen.
Yeah, Spider Queen. Let's go. Queen or king for anything. But no, I'm just curious if they're native to Valhalla, if it's known, or if we don't know. Kind of cool if they are, though, because
I would almost assume that they are because of the idea of the Moon Tribe Kiri using them to their advantage. Just reads like they understand them as a part of nature. For sure. And Jeremy's confirming. Yeah, they live in Akila's territory. Okay, so they are Valhallan native as far as we know. That's pretty cool. And let's see what for synergies. Here we are. We got Kozil, Quohan, Sujawa, Wyvern there, and they receive some synergy benefits from like Fennec Warlord, Estavar, and Brave Arrow. For some of that, because are they scouts? Oh yeah, they're scouts too. They are.
Yeah. There you go.
So if you want 8-move spiders, you can have Vanak Warlord with them. Or no, he boosts +2, doesn't he?
+2? Yeah, just 9 moves.
So it'd be 9.
Yeah, and these guys can move. That's one thing about they're insanely fast, moving 7 spaces with them. And see here, Jeremy says the college jungle came with a scenario where you learn Kiri of the Moon Tribe makes pacts with creatures of the jungle. There you go. So yeah, like I said, I kind of like I have a series coming up. I'm writing, like I'm typing up script for it. Like I have a handwritten, like I've fully completed handwritten script for called The Adventures of Savaris and Light Folly. And there's going to be a new character in there, which is going to be a spider, but it's going to be different from a regular spider. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But I've kind of like intertwined some of the original lore of Heroscape to create a new character that will be revealed hopefully within like a year or two, when I have the time to release that out, because it just takes so much time to do that stuff.
It's gonna be the Goofy Airborne Elite's best pal.
maybe. But yeah, so we have like some of the rankings here. I think overall, I think it's like around. I think they're B. Heroscape Helper. I think that's that's the case as well. Let me double check on that. So spiders, yeah, B. B is typical normal for them, and really that makes a lot of sense with them. If you don't know what their bonding is, then you might think of them as a lower tier, but they're just
sorry,
pretty good for a squad. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. You just read the lore, right?
Yeah, I read the lore that was included on Heroscapers. Yeah,
because there's also like in this fandom thing. There's this history, and then there's like a quote by Aquila here. I don't know if you.
Well, go ahead.
I don't know if you read that.
Is this on Heroscape? All I pull is from the books of Heroscape.
The fandom part, but
okay.
You want me to read that?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So it says in the history part, the Fyorlag spiders were an ancient species of large jungle spiders native to Tikala. Some were ancient animal totems of the Great Leaf tribe, which had existed in Tikala almost 1,000 years prior. They were revered and protected by the Kyrie of the Moon tribe, and likely aided in defending the jungle against the Morrow invasion, which that kind of answers our question earlier about if they were there. And then the quote here from Aquila is, "Remember, young warrior, there is a great power within the pools of the ancients, a kinship with the planet that its many creatures. Each pool is guarded by an ancient animal totem of the Green Leaf tribe. Those who befriend these jungle creatures may drink freely of the pools, safe in knowing that these fearsome beasts will defend you as if you were one of their own." So, pretty cool. So,
Nice.
yeah, if you're befriending the nature and all of that, then you can drink from the pools and they'll help defend you. If kind of coexist that way, I guess.
Right.
What she's saying.
It's one of Akila's abilities is to just take like the wild creature and kind of like I said, make it like kind of sentient, you know, an individual rather than just like a drone or acting on instinct, which is very interesting for a character. But with that, so Fyorlag Spiders, you know, personally, I think they're a must-have unit. I understand the cost. The cost is just astronomical. Just to get like one or two squads, and when you potentially need 4 or 5. So, and of course, like the classic stuff is really hard to get. They are super rare to find. I'm lucky enough to have just, you know, a couple squads. I mean, most I have is like 3D printed though. So if that's the route you got to go for them in the meantime, and just hope that Renegade maybe is listening up to this podcast and be like, oh yeah, maybe we should do spiders, because you probably get some fans if you do like a reprint of these.
It would be an easy squad to retool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dwarfs and these guys are kind of the two most common Aquila squads there to build an army with. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So if they follow Jandar, that's probably. I think the question would be, do they go dwarves, Mohican, or spiders? Right. And you gotta pick which one of the 3 you don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they did 2 Jandar ones with 2 heroes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see him again. Hopefully, because I just think like one of the funs of Heroscape is just bringing anything into the table, and bringing in like like things from the Insect Kingdom is just going to be just darn fun.
Now that I'm thinking about it, it could be that they go with like dwarves and just one of the heroes, like one of the common heroes that people use, like Meagle or whoever. And then they could, since that's not a flag bearer, they could go with the spiders and then create a flag bearer that is an insect. So
yeah, I was going to say that the spiders themselves, I think, open up a much more interesting design space than maybe a Mohican would for developing other things around it. Because like when you look at especially with the Knights and then Alistair and them kind of fit into of where they're in the game because of the design space around them. And I think create a couple of interesting predators, it would be very easy to do. It's a very generic term.
Yeah.
It would be cool to see what else that they could come up with, and then grandfather the spiders in as a bonding option for it.
And I know Roguescaper's idea of a flag bearer for Aquila, his, I think, favorite one was the big moth that has, like, the flag kind of part of its wings, like, imprinted on, not imprinted on it, but, like, it just has a design on its wings that would be Aquila's flag. It'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be sweet. Yeah, more, like I said, more bugs. Just give us bugs. And again, not like the bugs we have so far are great, but I'm talking about Aquila bugs, actual natural bugs that we see here all the time. Wouldn't you love a squad of flies? They're just annoying as heck, and you just want to like swat them all on the battlefield. You know,
so many cool things, like the earwigs that have the little pinchers on the back. You could have them, or some beetles with some big teeth, or whatever.
Beetles would be cool. What are they called? The beetles with the long horn coming out of the front of it?
Stag?
Rhino?
Or rhino
stag beetle?
Rhino, stag beetles, yeah.
Something
That
like
would
that.
be a cool design, I think.
Yeah.
So much to think about, but yeah, okay. But let's wrap up this one. So this is Fyorlag Spiders again. It's a prime unit. If you have a thing for like insects and classic Heroscape with it, definitely check them out. Find a way if you can, or just pray to the powers that be that maybe these can be re-released in the contemporary format as well. We'll see, but that's taking a look at them spiders. All right, now we will get ready for these next ones. And from spiders to mechanized beings, gladiatrons. Here, I'm gonna widen this out a second, and I just
It's another history thing down here. So if one of you wants to read the lore, then I can read the history part again.
Okay, that's fine for Gladiatrons. Okay, Dan, would you be able to read this card? Is that
yeah
to do? Give my voice a chance to
really
break.
quick.
Okay, that's fun. But yeah,
I like these guys a lot.
Yeah, they're staple.
I think I like. They're cool. They're different, and I think I like them a lot because when I first got the Blastatrons, I didn't have the Gladiatrons, and I was like, these guys suck. Their attack is only 1. And then I realized they went with these guys, and I was like, oh, okay, now they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're symbiotic. I saw a few armies of these at ScapeCon. Like, it's like all these years are still around. They're still can still be very well played.
They've always been good. Yeah. I finally got my first squad of these a couple of months ago. Very happy about that. All right. Kind of a short bio for these guys.
Let's just read the card first. Let's familiarize ourselves with the card.
All right. So these are, of course, they are a Sobor common squad option. They're hunters, disciplined, medium 5. Of course, 1 life apiece, and move 5, range 1, 2 attack dice, and 3 defense dice. Now, their abilities are what make them a bit more interesting. Of course, their best ability comes on a different card, so we'll get to that. But for them, the first ability is Cyberclaw. All small and medium opponents' figures that enter or occupy a space adjacent to any Gladiatron may not move. Figures affected by the Cyberclaw cannot be moved by any special power on any army card or glyph. So you're very stuck. They also have melee defense 1. When the rolling defense dice against a normal attack from an adjacent figure, a Gladiatron will add 1 dice to it.
Yep, so they're tough to kill.
One of the best screens in the game.
Yeah, no, it really is. Yep. Yeah, Jeremy's saying, I'm a Glad Blast worshiper. It is my main army composition any chance I get. No, I get it. And I think these are probably ones I should play more. And if my son were ever to play competitive, there's some good armies that he could play that doesn't really need relatively too much knowledge of to still play well. And this is definitely one of them. And we have Sir Joe Crazy popping into the stream tonight.
Yo, we're in Gladiatrons.
We're in Gladiatrons.
Oh yeah.
You know they're good when they are 80 points, and the Blastotrons are 60, and then in Delta they go up to 90, and the Blastotrons go up to 80.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's on it though. Nick is absolutely right. Like that is a good tip. Like if you don't know what's good or bad, always go to Heroscape.org and go from classic points or standard points, I guess, to Delta points, because that is a good sign that something's a little powerful. But if you don't know why, then you go watch a battle video and see why.
Or play against it.
Yeah, just play against it.
You have to play against it.
You'll find out really fast. And Dan, do you want to read the character bio real quick? Let's just get the lower part of it out of the way real quick. Yeah. Go ahead. Dan, go ahead. You can do it. Or do you got it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. All right. For the bio, looking for... The Gladiatrons come from the flatland region of Alpha Prime. Originally, they were constructed as souls for the Blastotron counterparts. Since being called to Valhalla, they have evolved into their own deadly killing squad. Beware the approaching Gladiatrons once engaged. They can focus their energy, allowing their defensive powers to be enhanced. Their Cyberclaw locks most opponents down, and enemy warriors, unlucky enough to be thusly immobilized, can do little more than pray for a miracle to survive the attack.
That's how you basically first
I think it said they were constructed as scouts.
Yeah, scouts, yeah.
I think you said souls because they're soulborgs, but...
Oh, yeah, I did.
At first I was like, what do you say? Oh, okay, yeah.
They're scouts with soul.
There we are. That's scouts, yeah. Well, they're not even scouts. It's kind of a...
Now they're not, I guess.
And they'll plant your souls into the ground where you can't move.
Yeah.
We're using soul in many words here. So... All right.
For Blastotrons, since we were talking about those abilities earlier,
and Blastotrons.
Here you're looking at it now.
Blastotrons we covered a while ago, actually, but again, with Blastotrons, Gladiatrons, they go hand in hand. One needs the other in order to compete well.
Good old Thora's Vengeance.
Oh yeah.
But those abilities are Gladiator movement bonding, which you get to move 4 Gladiators 5 spaces, while the Blastotrons also take their 4 turns, which is 8 activations. That's pretty crazy. 8 activations, 4 people attacking.
That's crazy.
And then they get powered up shots because homing device, when attacking a non-adjacent figure, add 1 attack die for every soulborg that follows Vidar next to that, adjacent to that defending figure. So it just goes up and up and up, and it reminds me a battle I had with Alex a while back, like when we first met. It was like one of our first 2 games, I think. Maybe the 3rd game, actually. But anyway, we had a bridge, and he was charging over the bridge with the Templars, and I just had Gladiatrons in the way. And I completely surrounded him, and I was shooting him with Blastotrons with like attacks of 4 and 5. It was wild.
Bye, horsey.
Yeah, they're a tough army to beat. Even in low numbers. Even if you don't need like 4 on 4 squads to be effective. You could do 2-3.
A lot of times I think it's 2-3.
Yeah, and it's interesting that they have a little bit of synergy with Arctos. That's interesting.
And the Sacred Band.
And the Sacred Band a little bit, yeah. Again,
just by principle.
If you're playing a draft, you could potentially take Sacred Band and these guys, and the Sacred Band gets their bonus still.
Get them more defense, like they needed more defense.
Goodness.
I mean,
I got this history thing here. Then, if you want me to read that.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So it says, like the Blastotrons, the Gladiatrons were designed on Alpha Prime to replicate the movements and strategies of the Meridian resistance fighters. At some point in their lifetime, both groups would be summoned by the Valkyrie Vidar into Valhalla. This here is saying Meridians were Vidar, but now we're getting potential Meridians coming up that might be Jandar. Maybe they are Vidar.
Maybe they are Vidar. Who knows?
So Then it says Gladiatrons would be present. Oh, nice. This is a newer bit. It says Gladiatrons would be present in the Age of Annihilation when Queen Kyrion's outpost at the ruins at Vile Cove was attacked by the Crimson Fleet as part of their assault on Valhalla's shoreline. They fought alongside Agent Skahen, Blastotrons, Nikitas, Gorillinators, Gellery, Agent Kar, and Dund to defend the coast, but were failing to hold back the pirate invaders landing on the shore. Suddenly, tunnels opened around them, allowing Hellforge, Wraith Riders, Thraxus Dragoon, Queen Maledrix, and an infestation of Squordire to pour forth to her aid. Queen Kyrion was surprised by this, and she was momentarily joined by the Valkyrie Revna herself, accompanied by a retinue. Revna came bearing an offer of a covenant between herself and Lord Vidar, which Queen Kyrion agreed to discuss, which is one of the top 2 loved alliances at the moment.
And I have no idea. For me, when I read that, it was a good piece of it was a good battle scene, written out.
Yeah.
But just that alliance, just it confuses me. Anyway, I don't want to get into it too much, but just seriously.
Nick,
it's probably not going to be a
where were
strong
you reading
one.
that?
That is in the
scenario.
fandom.
Yeah, but it's also described in the scenario.
It's part of the scenario, yeah.
Scenario.
So the fandom pulled it from the scenario and put it in the history of the fandom. Wiki.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
neat.
Yep.
So. Most of the stuff's the same on both pages, but here they got that as well.
So again, they don't bond with much, but they don't need to, really.
No.
And
Yeah, they have one army.
yeah, that's what makes
More.
one of the things that Heroscape is so fun is sometimes you have variety and sometimes you have exclusivity, and these guys are very exclusive. You only need like handful to be effective, and if you're facing them, watch out. Because if you go adjacent against these guys, you ain't going nowhere. And
If there's a high figure limit or a general wars, you might see them in those.
Yep. Did and done. So, yeah. Now for the cost of them currently for purchasing classics Heroscape, there are more expensive things out there. I don't think they're horribly pricey, or am I wrong on that assumption?
They're in the upper half, but
I don't think they're as expensive as the spiders are.
Yeah, these are about 80-ish a squad, 80 to 100.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know they were that pricey. Okay, well, forget what I said.
Up in there now.
Spiders are in that next bracket up, though.
Wow. All right, well, forget what I said on that. Okay, so really prime stuff. Okay, well, Renegade, here you go. Here's something else you need to redraft.
The only issue with Renegade bringing these back is that they bring back the Gladiatrons too, and I think everyone has 6 or something squads of Blastotrons.
Yeah, one thing they're gonna probably bring back since Laglor comes back is if they want something thematic, they'll bring the Gorillinators that we're about to talk about. But they could bring something else with Vidar back, but I'm not sure what they would end up choosing. Or if they skip on Gladiatrons, or Gorillinators, maybe they'll do these in the Blastotrons.
I know you can't.
But I could see them doing Gorillinators and Nikita maybe, and then just throwing some crazy heroes in that Vidar has. I don't know though.
And to be honest, if they did come back with Gladiatrons and Blastrons, I would say that if you put each of those squads in a box, I feel like I would be happy with that because they do technically go together.
Yes.
Instead of selling it as 2 Glads and 2 Blasts, you do 1 Glad, 1 Blast in the package, and you get just 2 of the same box. Because even at 1 squad of each is quite effective, and of course 2 is better, and then so on. But would you guys agree with that assessment?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, especially too because Glads would sell a lot more than Blast would, so I'd probably, from a marketing perspective, I'd probably also want to do 1 and 1. And you get about 3 Glad to 2 Blast is the meta list, so 3 Glad, 2 Blast Raylan is what you'll see most of the time because of points. So they very much go kind of 1-to-1. I wouldn't think that would be a bad decision.
For sure. We'll see. I know we can't like re-release everything all at once. But
definitely not all at once.
Yeah.
And I don't think they'll do everything because now that is an open that window is open. That door is open.
I hope they hurry though.
I hope they hurry.
I want Aquila, Revna, and Valarg to all get flag bearers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, I think that door is definitely open if we're getting, what's his face. So. I think they should. Yeah. I would love to see a Revna flag bearer. I think that'd be fantastic. But I don't think they'll do everything from Classic, even though I think most of us would like to see everything. But
maybe if it lasts long enough, but it would take a long time.
It would take a long time, but I think there are units out there that are common squads that could use the 2.0 treatment.
Yes.
So not a direct, reprint. But of an upgrade.
Not much improvement for these though.
For what?
No, what were we gonna say? What were you gonna hint at?
I was gonna say for those little Morrow dogs that everyone loves, you know.
Yeah. Woof woof. Not much about these I really have to change, really. So besides the molds, I think that'd be the most difficult thing. Is they are pretty intricate molds, so it's just finding a good balance for those and designing them up. But yeah, so I guess let's take a look at Gladiatrons. I mean, what more can you say than we already said repeatedly? They're good. If you find a way to get them, and watch your enemy shrink in front of you after they realize how effective these things are with the Blastertrons. So let's take a look at that. All right. Now, before I move on, I'm going to catch up with the chat real quick because it's running away from me. Bill Flint says, "Didn't Sujawa drank from the wellspring was native to Valhalla?" Sujawa, what are they called? Burflies or something? And those are native to Valhalla. And Jeremy is saying here, it was Aquila that did, and her reaction to the water made Sujawa big. Yeah. And Jeremy's also saying, I already said that. Glad Worshipper. Got super lucky at a local game store owner. Had an original squad of these. I traded them for a handful of Mara drones for... Really? Wow. Okay.
What?
And that's what Joe Crazy asked, the same thing. You traded drones. And he asked for them. I wasn't going to say no. Drones are easier to replace than Glads, and I don't play Mara often. So I even think Joe approves of that. And he's... he's totally not mind shackled right
totally
now.
Not mind shackled.
One thing to remember about the Covenant.
I haven't used that one in a while.
Yeah. And Jeremy says, one thing to remember about the Covenant, Revna is considered a new native. Yes, this is true. That's the tie-in from Heshva. Yeah. No. Yeah, I know. I get it. It was just a story beat that I'm just like, no one in their right mind would want to ally with Revna. It's just like, she is literally undead cultist person that maybe it's the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but I don't think the pirates. I suppose it's just you're looking at pirates from the fact that they don't do well competitively, so you don't see them as a threat, like story wise. Although those exiles, I'm gonna say this because we're in between spots, but those exiles of the Sundered Sea, they like. I haven't talked about this much when it comes to ScapeCon. They prove their weight in points. They do well if you play them well. And there were a few games where I played them well. They did what they were supposed to do. So there is some gold in those units if you can find them for sure. But anywho, let us move on to the next. We're going from rare to rare to ultra rare. Goblin Cutters. Now, who wants to read these next? I don't know if anybody's too familiar.
I love the Goblin Cutters.
Okay. Well,
but if Joe wants to read them, go ahead.
Or Joe or Nick, or if you want Dan to take a double.
Yeah.
I'll read Goblin Cutters, and you can tell me. I don't have any of these, so I don't know what they do. So actually, this is actually pretty good. I'll get to read it and learn a little bit.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Do it. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Coming from Ukar, Goblin Cutters. Goblins, obviously, species. Common squad, the Cutters. Wow, look at that. That's their... Wow, this is getting real basic here.
It's in the name.
Not in coding it. They're goblins and they're cutters. Can you imagine that? But they
playing
are
rock paper
skittish.
scissors is good. You know?
Now, if their name was Skittish Goblin Cutters, then I'd be like, okay, here we go. The old SGC, Skittish Goblin Cutters. Anyway, they have 3 special powers: Mob Attack, Scurry, and Scale. They're at a life of 1. It's a 4-man squad, 6 spaces to move, range 1, attack of 2, defense 1, at the whopping 50 points. So they got Mob Attack. Mob Attack is when attacking with a Goblin Cutter you control. If the defending figure is engaged with at least 2 other Goblin Cutters you control, it subtracts 2 from its defense. Okay. Mob Attack's pretty cool. Okay. Definitely need a lot for that to be effective. Cool. Scurry. When a Goblin Cutter you control is destroyed by a normal attack from an opponent's figure, you may move any 2 Goblin Cutters you control up to 4 spaces each. And now, all Goblin Cutters you control no longer have any visible hit zones. For the duration of the attacking figure's turn while they remain unengaged, Goblin Cutters will never take any leaving engagement attacks while using Scurry. Ooh, that is why you take them. Why you take them. And then they have Scale. When moving up or down levels of terrain, Goblin Cutters may add 2 to their height because they are small 3. They're very tiny.
Tiny. Even
And another thing on here, it just names its world as Eberron.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Eberron.
The D&D world.
The D&D. Yep.
Oh, is that these are
These are D&D minis.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can
Interesting.
You can find
So-
like D&D molds of these, and that's how I got like majority of my Goblin Cutters. Actually, all but
me
one
too.
or 2 is from the D&D molds, and I just rebased them.
And
Curry
the
makes them a
problem-
lot like Death Reavers, except with 1 defense, but they can't be targeted when they move away. So if someone has range, if you moved away from them, they can't shoot at those 2 that moved away. So it makes them a little better against range, but not as good of a screen against maybe melee. But that Scurry also sets up the Horned Skull Brutes to come in and trade places with them and hit the opponent really hard first, since these guys make the screen for them. So
you're
that's
probably
a big way to get
losing
used.
1 cutter per turn if you play it right.
Using 1 cutter for like
Scurry is losing 1 cutter per turn.
losing 1
for
per
the
turn.
most
Okay.
part.
So you just
Yeah,
have
they're-
to
they're-
play
An attack, the rest
they're
run
really
away.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a really good screen, and they're stupid annoying to fight against.
Yeah,
you-
I've
for one,
never
then
fought
you're done
against
for the
them.
turn.
So
They're so annoying that most people don't even bring them for their own army.
I don't think many
But I
people
see
even
rats.
know them.
rats are just as scary.
Yeah, the rats with knives.
But yeah,
basically.
and like rats are scary because they won't die.
Mhm.
Whereas these guys, the difference really is that you put order markers on these guys. You can set a mob attack pretty easily with Scurry because you can on your opponent's turn move them into position, right? And then be maybe a couple spaces away from the figure that you're going to mob attack when your turn comes back around.
Right.
Yeah, no, they're fun. They're just really fun design. I have a friend who plays them all the time just because they're so interesting.
I saw them once or twice at ScapeCon. So yeah, they're still being played around for those who have. Like I said, like when I heard about Goblin Cutters, I'm just like, oh, well, there's more additional stuff I didn't even know about these guys.
I believe they take up the least amount of mass as any figure in Heroscape.
Right, yeah,
They're about as thick as
incredibly
a
small.
pencil lead.
yeah,
Yeah, they're pretty
small
tiny.
figures. Like they're there, so you gotta like do a macro shot just to get close-ups of the guys.
Yeah.
Here,
Honestly, yeah.
do we have,
I had
do we
to
have
zoom
lore?
in pretty much to get those for the thumbnails, and
Mhm.
obviously I didn't take pictures of the actual figures since I don't have them. I had to grab it from the internet. But those images are going to be pretty blurry because trying to upscale tiny images is not great.
There's a nose ring on one actually.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
this is also a different screen in a way because they have that ability where they can surround you.
Mm-hmm.
What was it called? Mob,
yeah.
Where they can surround you and
Mob
actually
attack.
do damage to you. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's because when attacking a Goblin Cutter you control, defending figures engaged, at least 2 other Goblin Cutters you control, it subtracts 2 from its defense dice. So yeah.
I mean, 4 attacks to 2 or 3 if they're on height is nothing to scoff at.
For
obviously the one defense isn't great, but Scurry helps with that. So
again, they're not made to
you take
be there
one
right
away.
Long. Yeah.
Hopefully one survives, and then the other 2 move. So.
And if you throw Raylin in with them, since I love throwing Raylin in weak defense armies, that triples their defense.
Yeah, I think if anything though, the fact that they have one defense dice is kind of a trap because you're gonna lose one either way, and you're aggressive when you play these. Very very skirmishy, very try not to get too many caught up in a melee, right? Because you can back 2 of them away. So if you have 4 stuck in melee, you can lose 2, right? Because you can only back 2 of them away after you lose the first one. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
But part of the reason, the way things are pointed, something that's average will be 80 points or so. Part of the reason they're only 50 is because of that weak defense, because everything else they have at least okay. So if you do something weird like throw Raylin in there and triple their defense, you're just increasing the one stat that made them cheap. So in this occasion, it might not sound like it makes much sense, but some people throw Raylin in with the Ashigaru because they have 1 defense, and then you triple their defense to 3 because the reason they're so cheap, the only reason they're cheap, because you can activate 8 at a time, if you just have the Harks, 4 at a time is still good. But that one defense becomes 3 or 4. Yeah, so
they're a good one to have that extra defense because you could lose 4 on a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it might sound stupid, and I've never seen anybody do it, but you could do something kind of crazy like that.
They have.
I was going to say there is a little history here too, but if you wanted to say something, you can.
Oh, go ahead, Nick.
It's very short.
For sure.
It just says, in the Dungeons and Dragons portion of the continuity, Goblin Cutters were summoned by Utgar to Valhalla. They were assigned to help guard the Shadow Cavern, a cave where Valkyrill perfected his summoning method to bring his first troops into Valhalla, and were busy dumping magical artifacts into the water to boost its potential for his plans. They had a large cavern to themselves called the Goblin Hill. It did not smell pleasant. So here it kind of sounds like if they were summoned by Utgar, but they were guarding where Valkyrill was, it sounds like Utgar and Valkyrill were kind of partners.
In kind of a sense, I think Estavara had something to do with Valkyrill as well.
Yeah, Estavara had some stuff.
Yeah,
how he came about. I forgot that they called the Underdark the Shadow Cavern to get play around with copyright.
Oh, we all know how Valkyrill ends as Buffalo Bill clothing. So that's that won't get old. I don't think that will get old. But yeah, these B+ again, just good squad army, and these are ones that I have. You have to know how to play them as well. If you don't know how to play them well, then you're not going to last long. And Bugbears is another army that have we explored those? I don't know if we explored those or not.
Well, that would be the other goblins I was talking about, the Horned Skull Brutes.
Oh, Horned Skull Brutes. Okay, right.
So that's down the line.
Bugbears are the D&D name for them. The Heroescape name for them are Horned Skull Brutes. Right. Okay.
Yeah, there's a VC hero named the Bugbear Basher. I think it's called the Bugbear Basher.
Yeah, I think you're
where
right
it's
about
a
that.
hero form of it. When they created that second wave of bugbears and goblins.
All the goblins right now, with mainly VC, you got Bull, you got Kogo, the Cutters, the Goblin Slashers, Urk, Bugbear Basher, the Skull Brutes, and Kurok. They're all technically goblin.
And you got Morgoloth as well, that actually benefit Goblin Cutters a little bit as well with the swarming vermin. So there's interesting builds you can use for these guys for sure. All very wicked and evil looking, but very, very fun. And trying getting I got a Morgoloth from Dice Bear Prince, just 3D printed and painted. Lovely 3D printed paint from Dice Bear.
Is that
Prince.
the one with the kind of looks like a Hunchback of Notre Dame, but it's all metal on his back?
No, it's actually a huge sword. And here, actually, let me try and pop it up real quick.
I always forget which ones are which.
And it's on one base.
Yeah, it's like a demon from like HE double hockey sticks.
Oh, he's okay.
Nice...
He gets summoned to the battlefield, right?
Yeah. It's the size of a frost giant.
It doesn't get summoned, I don't think, but
right. Okay. Yeah. I don't have him either. Yeah.
It's got demon leadership too. It's it's so, and double attack on the thing. It's
I don't
be summoned by the acolytes of whatever they're called.
Yes. Yeah. The let's see here. Where is it? It merges with the last.
Where's Revenant now? Where's their demons at?
There's one coming, but it's for Utgard, isn't it?
Yeah.
The pouch guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't own Morgoloth, but I have a really cool mid-90s metal demon of corn from Warhammer. That's basically the same perfect.
Looks similar. Pose. Yeah, it would be.
Because the horn, the giant sword he had. So
it's a nice sculpt. It's very, very genius. Valhalla Customs for making something like that. And that kind of goes. That's why I kind of got Morgoloth to kind of go with these guys, to go with other demon builds too that might eventually come out if I get good enough with them. But it's the fun bed of Heroscape. Realizing that even the classic stuff, you might have discovered something that you had no idea was even out there in classic Scape. And Goblin Cutters is one of them, which I'm sure aren't they're not cheap to get the original
we're getting cheaper and cheaper every time.
Okay, good.
I think these are a $50 per.
Oh, okay.
But then these are one of the cheap. I think the cheapest D&D squad to get the alternate figures for, because each one of these scopes there is $2 to $3.
Right.
Each.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that's why they're cheaper, because you can just get them another way.
Which
you can get
some of us have
for $12.
Yeah. Yeah, some of us.
And the best part is that one of the scopes is purple when you go about that route. So that's kind of fun.
See what they have them on War Game Trader. I'm gonna look at Goblin Cutters. See how much they're on there.
Yeah, get different names for the D&D
no stock
molds,
yet. Okay,
but
no one's selling Goblin Cutters.
But they're super rare because the end of D&D line didn't produce much. So whoever's got them, I don't think is giving them up anytime soon, and I don't blame them. To be perfectly honest.
I got a couple of them.
Yeah, I think I got one of the original one. I think it's the yellow one here, and the rest I got are just like D&D proxies basically, because they are tough to find. Anything else we want to say about these guys? I think again, there's another fun way of skirmishing in Heroscape. If you're looking for a Death Reaver alternative, which would kind of be fun actually to see Goblin Cutters go up against a Death Reaver army. Although I think if it's like a Death Reaver Q10, I don't think Goblin Cutters will last very long.
Well, Alex talked about doing that sometimes, the most annoying battle ever. One person having Cutters, one having Death Reavers. But you say Q Q9, Q10, whatever. Remember, they got that ability where the two that run away, they can't shoot at the two that run away.
True.
Maybe if they're all piled up, you can shoot at some that didn't run or whatever. I gotta read.
It'd be interesting to strategize that for sure. But
yeah,
I guess
you need to get AoE attacks.
All Goblin Cutters you control no longer have any hit zones, so even the ones that didn't run away don't have hit zones then. So Major couldn't do a whole lot to them.
That's
now the Deathwalkers could, or at least 9,000 because the explosion attack. You clump them up. That's a way to get multiple of them down.
Yeah, before they scurry.
Yeah. If you can hit a bubble, that's probably the best way to go about trying to take them down.
What's their
or just melee with some of the good 4-squad melee guys.
What's their delta points currently?
Oh, I gotta look.
Ooh, I feel like I should know that.
before
they're close to the same though. Cutters. This point system. Oh, they go up to 60.
60. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Because there's a bit of value with them, even though they're probably not played much. But there's some people out there that know Heroscape well who probably would consider them an option. So, all right. Well, that's taking a look at Goblin Cutters. Again, just like you have a. Yes, I know it's an emergency. They're right in front of me. But yes, Goblin Cutters are just one of those again classic Heroscape. You might not have known about them, but now you do. And if they're your thing, again, this appeals to maybe some people's taste, not others. But just another great alternative for like a scurry, just running about type of shield armies to grab for your Heroscape army build. So for your consideration, Goblin Cutters. All right, before we move on to the last one, it's a PSA resistance. I need to go to Twitch real quick because I got a bot there. I got a bot. I'm gonna take care of him because no bots, and they show up at least every stream. Yes, Gorillinators. As again, we did the song Gorillinators song by Milliman Studios at the beginning of the stream. So if you rewind that and take a listen, or just go to Milliman's YouTube channel and check that out. It's just a great song for them. All right, let's see. It is spam bots. Spam bots. Just say spam. And go
I do like the Gorillinators.
Gorillinators are fun.
Every time I see them, I'm reminded of a joke card I saw at one point that I can't find right now. But it's the Gorillinators with no abilities and the defense 4 sometimes. Because that's basically what they are.
Yeah, I mean, they're super simple, which is actually nice trying to use them.
Yeah,
There's nothing too crazy to keep your mind on with them. You just move fast and shoot down at people.
Who's gonna Nick, if you wanna read the card, go ahead and read the card, sir.
Okay, 1 second. So Gorillinators, they're from Mar. That's on the front of the card there. And then they are Primadon, Common Squad agents, tricky, medium 5. I kind of forgot they were agents. That's cool. 7 move, 6 range, 2 attack, 1 defense, 90 points. They're with Vidar. And with 7 move and 6 range, that makes them the quickest range squad, which is why, like, a year ago, I was like, we need another fast range squad, and the Vipers need some help. And then right after that, they sent us the Rannoch Vipers with the same speed and range. But, yeah, they're fun. And, yeah, there's not much to say. Tough, they have 1 ability. When rolling defense dice against a normal attack, Gorillinators always get an automatic shield to whatever's rolled. So that is equivalent, like we were saying, to 4 defense, but with a maximum of 2 that you can actually roll. But you're always getting that 1 if it's a normal attack, so that's nice. And I have used them in a tournament one time. I guess I'll talk about that real quick. So
Yeah, go for it.
So like everybody brought 2 armies. So you had 4 armies for everybody to choose from. One person could, like, if they picked first, they could either pick an army or they could pick one that nobody got. They could, like, scratch it. And I chose these guys as one of those armies, and I can't even remember. I think I just had Nikita and like 4 squads of Gorillinators.
Mm-hmm.
And the one time I used them, I went up against Karos, the dragon, and the protectors of Ular. And I don't remember, they might have had Atlaga. I can't remember. I don't think they did, though. But they're so fast. I went up, took the glyphs and all the height. I killed all the protectors before I might have lost like 1 squad of these guys. And then Charos came up, but he was just getting shot at from every side, and I had the attack glyph. And
yeah,
they
that's
wrecked
not
him.
a bad matchup.
Yeah, they wrecked him. They're just very good against, like,
Swift.
especially microcore.
Yeah.
Like microcore that people love to use a lot. They need height to have any decent attack, but if you got these guys in 2 turns, you can have all the height you want with an auto shield, and then the microcore aren't going to do anything to you with 2 attack against an auto shield and 1 or 2 defense. So they're actually excellent against them if you know that someone might be using that. But yeah, they're super fun. I don't know why either. Like, just picturing them again reminds me, they feel really good in the hand. I think it's just the thickness of them or something, but they feel really good in the hand as you're playing with them.
Good fun.
Yeah, I think that's about all I got for them. Of course, Nikita Bond, that was part of what I did too. So you, like, move the Nikita up.
You need Nikita with
They
them
movement
for sure.
bond. Yeah, they movement bond, they get a few good shots out, and then they can protect them from melee and range while the gorillas are running around doing everything they do. And of course there's VC, but I don't really use them. I've never really used the VC stuff with them. So
there's VC Gorillinators.
Yeah, I have seen Zeus on the battlefield before. He's cool.
Yeah, he can bond with them where they attack, and they can they just attack and he does this whole thing. So you pretty much do Nikita, who move and attack with the gorillas moving, and then the Gorillinators start bonding with him, and they just stay put and shoot while he's moving his way up and shooting. Is kind of how that works.
Another army need the test because I got all of those because we were looking at Zeus like a little while ago. We were looking at the mini, and very intriguing unit.
He is a solid hard hitter that they kind of need because they only have 2 attack, 3 if they're on height. So it's nice to have him hitting a little harder.
And
he looks pretty cool.
I don't know if you can read those words, but can you read the character bio on there, or should I read it for you?
If you want. Then there's also a history here. So I guess I can read all that if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Gorillinator, the lore here is, when Vidar had a vision of these agents, he was not sure what to think about these reclusive Primadons. He suspected that they were too primitive and lacking in the ways of warfare to be of any use in his army. Which, I mean, according to their abilities, they don't really have anything other than a natural toughness, so that kind of makes sense. But Vidar took a chance on them, and luckily he was proven wrong. The Gorillinators are more advanced than many others on Valhalla. The secret development of superior technology on Mar has given them awesome capabilities in battle. They can move at astonishing speeds, overtaking enemy positions in minutes. They can use their ranged attacks to neutralize any threat, and their body armor is made of Keradium alloy, which makes bringing one of them down a daunting task. Nice. And then the history. On Mar, the Primadons were reclusive, developing advanced technology in secret. They were forced out of their solitude by the invasive Maro threat, and they turned their technology to war. Although Vidar initially thought they might be too primitive for his armies, he has been impressed by their skill since summoning them to Valhalla. The Gorillinators have taken to working alongside the Nikita agents in his forces. And then the other bit of lore is what we literally just read earlier with the Gladiatrons, where the pirates are invading and they're part of that defending force. It's the exact same thing, though, so I just won't read that part.
For sure. Yeah. Well, fun unit. And I don't think they're used often as much. I think it is because even though they do have an auto defense, they're just depending on what army builds they're up against. Might be tough to defend against. Still be fun to play.
Yeah, I mean, like draft type things, or where you bring multiple strike one army. That's kind of where they usually do best, I think. But one other cool thing, everything from Mar in Heroscape is pretty much something that Heroscape made from scratch. You got the Vipers, the Morrow, the Gorillinators. So you got a lot of different things. You got that shark pirate dude that's technically from Mar. So you got all these things that they pretty much just created themselves. So it's a unique thing. Right. I mean, Gorillinators are a little bit like Planet of the Apes in a way, but pretty much everything from there is pretty original. Yeah. So that's one neat thing.
One thing I look forward to when it comes to Mar, and especially in the Age of Annihilation lore book, when you read through the Mar part of it, there's just so much potential for so many good like units and stories and just like storylines and character development just throughout that whole planet. It's something that, like, I think it's one of the out of all the planets, I think it's the one I'm most looking forward to, what they can devise to come from that particular planet. It's just so much potential there. So much potential.
Yeah, I think Mar and Valhalla kind of have the biggest, easiest storytelling for Renegade and Heroscape to create new things, and like it's almost, I don't know the word, but you know, someone who knows things about Mar has played the game for a while. It's like kind of exclusive knowledge in that way.
But even for the like the Eisenecks and the that whole storyline that connects to the little critters, you know, like wherever planet that is from too, because that explores the whole timeline of it all, is really fascinating. Which is a lot of the different worlds. I mean, I guess Earth too, but Earth is because we're so connected to it. We already understand, okay, these are revolutionary characters, or these are future soldiers, or these are modern day, you know, World War II soldiers. You know, and so we can kind of see that progression. We can relate to that progression. But for the other planets, like, that's where I'm like, oh, I love Dividers and I love Tubok Ra, because these are like more futuristic Morrow compared to the more primitive Morrow drones. And I don't know if the Stingers are the same primitive, or like, are they more, you know, or maybe they're more of the like OG, you know, firstborn Morrow, and the drones are a little bit more advanced because they use staffs. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, the timeline of it all is so fascinating, to explore these worlds and the time frames that these characters being summoned to Valhalla at the time, is such a cool storyline. And so I hope Renegade can explore more of that through its figures and its lore.
And with Gorillinators, like, sure, their points are 90, but Delta points for them is 75. So if you're looking for some type of Delta point army build for them, I mean, the power rank is C- overall.
I think I used them in Delta when I did.
Yeah, but for Delta points, like, that's, yeah, because I think that's
C-
one downside. That 90 points is kind of expensive for them.
The ranks are done in standard points, though, so Delta balances everything more around like a B.
Right.
Yeah.
So
if you're playing in Delta,
it's
a solid, fun thing.
These could probably be 65 and still feel okay, but
yeah, I'd say so. I would definitely run them at like 75. Actually, I gotta think about that next time I think of a Delta build when I'm running through this, because they're just fun, and with Nikita agents too, you know. And then if it's like VC Delta,
and
I can bring in Zeus.
Another, yeah. So like earlier, like I was saying, like the drafts and the bring 1 strike 1 or bring 2 strike 1 or whatever. Also, like rule of 9 is always good for squads of 3. So you could have like Nikita, 3 squads of Gorillinators, and throw something else in there, and you got a pretty good army there. So
I was just gonna say that exact setup. Add Zeus to the mix. Got 460 points in Delta, 13 figures. That's pretty solid. Like
that is. That is.
So yeah, especially if you like range.
Yeah.
When it comes to their cost, like, are they the least expensive out of these 4 that we have, or what's their price range?
Yeah, they're cheap. They're cheap. I think.
Yeah, they're not too much. I just sold a squad to somebody. I think they're like 50-ish.
Yeah, All Things Heroscape has them for $47.89.
Okay.
But nobody's selling them on Wargame Trader. So if anyone doesn't want to play with them, put them on Wargame.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's taking a look at then Gorillinators. There's just, the name is just fun. This is what makes Heroscape just tons of fun. To where it's just like, well, what do they got? They're tough.
They have cool poses too.
That's it. And they
do
got
have really cool
poses.
poses.
Yes, they do. It's really, really nice poses.
Especially that one that's just holding the gun, just like.
Yeah.
Like, I love how basic that is, and it's just like, yep.
I used it for my animating. Like, oh, by the way, Joe voiced these guys too. Joe was the voice of all the Gorillinators in the end of season 2 and a little bit of season 3.
I forgot about that.
If you have somebody like newer to the game, like they're such an easy thing to use. Even if you pair them with Nikita, that's not too complicated. So
no, it teaches them bonding, teaches them how special powers can incorporate and make a character more powerful, even though their stats look weak. Like
you can kite with them.
Yeah, you can kite. Learn how to kite with characters. Yeah.
And I think importantly too, something that I've seen people. I think the main thing I've seen people learn in the game struggle with is the idea of order markers with bonding. Just about everyone, the first time I'd see them using bonding figures, they'll put, like, let's say it's the bonding squad that bond with a hero, right? And so you want to put all the markers on the card. I'll see people a lot of the time put the order marker on the hero or whatnot.
Yeah.
And
then you're like,
when you do that, you
don't
just
you want
lose value.
everything?
Yeah, you got to talk about it like, oh, like, is that your X, or are you just messing up? But with these, since it's not a full bonding, like the Nikitas have a movement bonding, but it isn't a full turn. You don't lose out if you put the marker on the Gorillinators, right? Now you get to attack with the Gorillinators.
Typically, I like to just do it first round, and then you can let the gorillas do whatever they want.
So you can,
as long as the Nikitas are in a solid place, they can just stay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, even if it's just like the first 2 turns of the game, set up the. I mean, even with like how I imagine how people would use Raylan. Right, you put the first order marker on her. Like, you almost want to go second, when you get initiative, and just so you can do. All right, I'm gonna move my characters out, do a little progression, get them out there, and then once turn 2 or 3, depending on their positioning, then they can start fighting and play the game. And honestly, this is where it's like, man, I hope you have a map with disengage glyph on the map, because. They're absolutely gonna wreck if they have that control.
Yeah, they're also pretty fun, because when you put them with the Nikita, I always think it's more fun. Not that I always use things with the D20, but I think things that use the D20 are more fun. And Nikita, they got smoke powder and that when you come up to them, how they hit engagement strike. Both of those are D20 abilities, so that can be fun, especially if you get lucky and you get it a few times. That can make it a fun army to use. And yet they are good at holding. Yeah, and they are good at holding glyphs, like you were saying, because of that tough.
Yeah.
So having disengage would be somewhat simple to hold on to a bit.
And the Nikitas do kind of help the main weakness of the Gorillinators, which is any kind of special attack. they're gonna get minced by it because they're gonna lose that auto shield. And the Nikitas kind of help with that. If you keep them around the Nikitas and you get a smoke powder off, then you're gonna be more okay for the rest of the round.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely pot them up with those first 2 auto markers. Don't go branch off too much. Don't take that 7. I tell a lot of beginner players, we're like, look, that the 7 or the 6 or the 5, whatever the movement that character has, like, you don't have to go the entire movement. That's just the max, guys. Like, there's no reason to go all forward. Like, you can like it kind of you jog up a little bit, then you can sprint. Where it's actually the opposite for the polar bears, where it's like you kind of want to sprint first and then you jog.
Depending on who wins initiative too on the first round, that's always
very true.
A lot of times what helps is just moving up your back reinforcements first. With that.
Yes, play leapfrog a little bit. Leapfrog.
Yeah.
I use that that analogy.
Analogy.
Yeah.
All right, planning things out. Well, that's taking a look at Gorillinators. Yes, try and find them. Try and use them. They're loads of fun, and they're ready to play with you. All right, so now, well, I was about to say this is near the end, but we have a Roguescaper that just
Hello.
Hello.
You said you weren't gonna show up.
Yeah.
You know what? I thought my online game would last a lot longer, but 10K was on a killing spree, so the game ended a little bit faster.
What did you say? 10K?
Well,
Yeah, online we were playing with 10K. I think I eliminated 7 figures at one time because I rolled 4 skulls in a row with the auto, which is Spartan lasered it. So it was a fun match.
What did
You hit their start zone,
what
then?
did you destroy?
It was like microcore troopers and students. So it was just
Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
my opponent was rolling 29% defense the entire game. So it was a brutal game. But
Well, 29's not that bad. 29's only like 4% low.
But I was rolling 60% offense, so...
Well, that's why.
There we go.
That helps. Well, I would typically say that we wrap up because we're getting around to that time, but Rogue, since you're here, you were at ScapeCon. I was reportedly at ScapeCon. Why don't you give just a quick take on it before we wrap up tonight?
Yeah, ScapeCon is an institution. It's I mean, if you've never been, and if you're a fan of Heroscape, you got to go at least one time just to experience it. I'd say this year is probably the best year. I didn't get terribly sick, and the main play area wasn't like a sweaty humid bog. We had a new venue and just really good events, really good people. Yeah, I was only there for like 2 or 3 days, and I had a time of my life.
Yes, it was.
And lots of tails.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, that's why he's smiling the whole time.
Yeah. He's trying. That's what he really was trying to talk about.
I haven't released that game yet. It was one of the last games we played. But yeah, it was a fun format. Again, anybody. This is also what I'll say about ScapeCon, minus the fact of what I've already talked about with big moment. But the event, Super Smash. Find out what that event's about and run it, because it is the most insane fun you're gonna have with Heroscape. It just like there was so many memories made from that game, from that format. That was the most blast I've ever had in any event format at ScapeCon. So I hope they do it again next year, because I am so totally bringing my bees again. I'll play Ultra better with them, since I kind of know how to play with them in that format now. But yeah, everything that Rogue said basically, it's
actually thinking about that match with you at ScapeCon was terrible. You frenzied 6 times in a row.
I know, the chain was just like so fun. I didn't get that chain all the time. Like for different games, but when it rolls, it definitely rolls. But yeah, it's like I said, it's fun just to like interact with the core community, because a lot of that group is either core community or it's people that have just come on, getting to know the core community. So it's always tons of fun. But with that, I suppose we should wind down and give shout outs to channels and such if we need to do that. So, Joe, why don't you lead us on with that first?
Sure. Yeah. I've been somewhat busy. I'm in a weird place with all my work. So
music.
Give me some time. Give me some time. No, it's not just the music. It's just not music. It's I'm going through this writing process. You know, for some of these like 3D custom prints that I have from Bardus.
Mm-hmm.
So I was been trying to come up with like a grading system or how I would kind of play out with how I would grade everything. You know, and see, I could easily just make a video, throw one of the pieces of designs in front of me and go, yep, it's pretty cool. You should get it. But I wanted to give
that's kind of my plan for the stuff he sent me. So.
Yeah. All right, and that's what I assume would be the easiest. And I'm not saying that's not a bad idea. It's probably the quickest idea. But I wanted to do because I have so much of it too. So I wanted to make sure that there's a system where I can feel like I'm actually giving him feedback, not just giving all of the audience like saying, "Hey, this actually works really good for Heroscape Adventure. This doesn't really work for competitive," and like providing a little bit more information and even giving him, Bardus like information to be like, "Hey, you know what? This was a design I haven't touched in a while. Maybe I should go back and fix it. And this is, things a way to correct it." So I'm trying to keep like a deeper dive type of system. So that's been in the back of my head, taking notes, But and then I just recorded last week a 2 hour, I think it was 2 hours, 2 hour video of me, in which I got to do. I forgot to do this because I told Cody, too busy, I was gonna put this in every video. Hold on. Anytime I show up.
What's this?
It's gotta be.
Oh yeah.
My tournament win.
Boop.
Big.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Big trophy from the Mars community.
Where's your spotlights, Joe?
Still I haven't got my list yet, but my name's gonna be going right here. Right here. So if you guys are familiar with any of these names, I'll be up there with some of the greats on this list. So I always thank Cody. For making this trophy, and we kind of pass it around. If you guys are not familiar, Cody had made this trophy, which is super awesome. And every time he runs a tournament in the Salisbury location at the game store portals, whoever wins that tournament gets to bring the trophy home until next time. Then they come back, hand the trophy over, and then whoever wins that tournament will get the trophy. So I have until I think September, he said. So I have a couple more. A month or so with it.
You can prepare and win it back.
Yes. So I will be giving it back. Keep it.
Yeah, I'm saying you can win it back. You can just hand it over and be like, okay, I'm going to win this one
win
again.
It back.
And then.
I mean, look, like I said, I go very in depth with why I think I won. There's a lot of happenstance. I will say. I'll let the video speak for itself, but a lot of happenstance. But there's also skill to it too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there was a lot to it, but it was an amazing win. Honestly, every single game. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, like I'd say, whenever you win, it's skill, and whenever you lose, it's luck. So.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I think I've heard Gordon say that too, on the Jando's Dispatch, but. Yeah, no, for sure. So yeah, I just have to throw that in there.
Good job.
Yeah. So yeah, I did that. And yeah, of course, the music track. I have to fill out the detailed information, but I do have a track done. And this is going to be the one of the two Raylan based songs. So Under Her Wings is it's called. Under Her Wings. Yeah. So this is actually I mean, obviously a lot of them are my favorite, but this one hits. I like this one.
You're gonna have to make a samurai themed one for Kato, or for
we'll see. Maybe. I don't know too much about Kato's lore, and a lot of the music that I'm working with right now is I'm trying to base it on a little bit of the lore and like the figure stuff. So I'm trying. With this whole album, I'm trying to build it like a story, like as if this was the soundtrack to a movie. Is what my headspace is at. So like if you listen to it, like it's the villain track, and then there's the hero track, and then I try to do like a duet track, which it does it pretty well. But I was trying to do more, and that's where it kind of messes up. But so I had to keep it at a duo. But like I said, like there's a progression to the whole thing, and even though I'm putting out tracks, sporadically, but once they're all out, you'll listen to the entire thing and kind of feel a story going on.
You could do like a group one that is like all the elf wizards singing together.
I see. That's what I'm saying. I tried doing that with all the different hero characters I did, but it wasn't doing the voices. Like it wasn't. It was just. It had two different distinct voices, and the other voices that it was trying to do were too similar, and they weren't too distinct. And I didn't know how to prompt it properly to get exactly the solutions I wanted. So that's been. I wanted an ensemble cast, like because there's a Sergeant Drake themed song. There's the Raylan song. There is a Q10 song coming down the pipeline. And there's a Sonlin and oh my god, what's the ninja lady? Shuri. A Shuri song, and Shuri and Sonlin are in the same song. So I wanted to do like a full ensemble cast of like I was gonna originally call it like Alliance or something. I forgot what I actually called it. I have to probably go back. But yeah, like I said, like they weren't doing whatever Suno was doing was just not meshing it right. Like I think the lyrics were fun, really cool, but it just wasn't doing the voices, and I couldn't figure out how to prompt it properly to be like, this character sounds like this, and this character sounds like that. That's what that character do. Now do that. And they're like, no. So I kind of gave up with the idea, and I was just
what
like,
are you doing saying like voice 1 do this, voice 2
right, yeah, that's exactly. I was giving it more detail because that's what they always kind of advertise. They're like, don't just say this, be more detailed with it. And I'm like, okay, cool, like I'll have it be very detailed based on all of their kind of lore. And it just wasn't doing the voices. It was like 2 or 3 different distinct voices. And I think you'll notice that with the tracks, like they start to blend a little bit because the female voice sounds a lot like, because it's the same. It's all like, EDM music. So there's a certain tone when it comes to that type of music, and so a lot of them sound like the same voice.
Some of them have
female
about
voices
the same
sound the same. The male voices sound the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I know my dad that is doing a lot of generated music, and so I'll go back home and we'll have conversations about it. He's learning a ton with that too. My girlfriend's sending me text right now saying that you should make an Agent Car song if you haven't already.
Yeah, I mean, look, if people are really enjoying the EDM feel, because that's kind of what I was looking for. Like I know what Mellow Man is doing.
Yeah,
is
Mellow Man made an Agent Car song, I believe. Already.
I think what they're doing is really awesome, and which is what an idea I had, later on after I was kind of done with the whole album, was like, oh wait, Heroscape isn't just one like theme of music. It's like all these different characters, and so an album should really have different music. It should be a country song. There should be a rock song. There should be, because it's a combination of everything. Like it would make sense to do that. But I was like, I really want this one to be like this entire EDM vibe because that's the kind of music I like. I think it's very epic. It's like high energy. And I think that's really at the core. Like when I play Heroscape or I think about Heroscape, it's very high energy. It's always action packed. There's stories. It's epic. Here and there. So that's the kind of vibe I was looking for. So like I said, eventually what I would like to really do is make this Visions album in the volumes. Because there is a track called Visions, and it's mostly based on one of the Valkyrie generals. And I think maybe in the future, if I do multiple volumes, there'll be a constant Vision song, but it's the visions of different Valkyrie generals. That's the master plan. But let's do this one first. Get it out. She got back here.
Bunnies.
Evie, get out of here.
Bunnies.
The bunnies. She always likes to try to get in behind my computer. I don't know what her obsession is.
Chew your wires up.
No, she doesn't even do. She's like exploring. She has to like do the like. If you see in the video, like in the background, like she goes around the perimeter. She'll sniff and like claim her territory around the perimeter. She doesn't even like stand in the middle of the room. She'll just like walk the perimeter, and it's like, oh, it's bothering her. She can't get behind the shelving units I have. So I think she's trying to figure out the perimeter here.
My fiance's sister had a rabbit one time. We had it over at the last place we were at, and I had an air conditioner that was like brand new, one of those standing up ones. And I noticed it wasn't working, and I looked back, and there was bite marks all into the wire. I was like, "You stupid!" So I had to buy a new wire and open it up and put it all in there. I was like, "Well, she can't run around anymore."
No, it is. It is super, super frustrating, and she has bitten through wires before for my wife's laptop, a rotating fan thing. She's actually shut off the power cord on the power button on like the power strip. You know how it's like there's the switch on it. So I was like playing mid game, and then everything went black. I'm like, what? You know. That only happened once, and I gotta figure out. I just don't want to put a bunch of gates and things and make it harder for me to get back there if I need to. And so yeah, that's the whole thing. But yeah, I'll leave my time. I took up a lot there. So like I said, there's a lot going on. So bear with me with the content. It is coming. There is a pipeline, but I'm kind of, working on a system to get it out faster. So bear with me. It's coming.
No one else gets any shout-outs. Joe used all our time, so that's it for tonight.
Yeah, so thank you, everybody.
I yield for everyone's time.
No, link in the description below for Joe. Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, Nobleman Nick channel, that's in the description too. Lately for months now, really, I've been practicing and thinking about armies for Gen Con. Testing what I think will be good and testing things that I think could be good, and even some things that I'm like, maybe that wouldn't be good, but maybe I should try it. So I've been doing that a lot, not filming those, but I will be filming all the stuff at Gen Con, which will be anywhere from 12 to 18 videos of the main event, and then I got the bounty event where you face like renegade staff, and then I got a couple other events. So I'll have a ton of videos from that. Maybe I'll be unboxing some things there, and I'm sure with the new stuff coming in the next week or so, I might have a few, like an unboxing video before that and whatnot. Maybe I'll make a little video of all the different armies I thought of for Gen Con, but tons and tons of videos will be coming in a couple weeks here for sure.
Yeah, we're going to be busy.
But, yeah, might not post anything for about a week, because just getting ready for that and getting things around the house done, so... That'll be what's on there if you guys are interested in Gen Con.
All right. And Ranger, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so I am planning on doing more uploads. I've filmed some footage already. A couple videos that I have in mind in particular. One that I want to cover is a video that goes over a bit of a crash course before you go to your first tournament. All of the things that you should really know to not look like... not feel like a noob when you go, or things like rules to make sure you know about, so that you're not taking a turn in the game, or you think that I've seen from enough tournaments that I've been at that I've seen both people forget the rule of, and then I'm in the awkward situation of, do I step in and say, hey, you guys are both playing the rule wrong, or do I just kind of watch it happen? But things like that, some more kind of slightly more niche mechanics and stuff like that to get people to bring more awareness to and to prepare people for, so they're not thinking that the army is going to work one way when actually it's the game works another. And then there's a couple of other ideas too. I want to bring a video about bringing your own creativity into the game. My girlfriend and I, for example, play quite a bit, and she loves Pikmin, if you guys know about that.
Oh, yeah.
There's a video that I would love to make that brings the elementals and kind of creates like a proxy version of them to encourage people to have them like turn the fire elemental to like a red Pikmin, the water to blue, and so on and so forth. To kind of encourage people to bring their own ideas and bring their own creativity into the hobby.
For sure.
Like painting is one method of doing that, but creating your own, even if it's not creating your own cards, but using cards, existing cards, right?
Customs.
And bringing different miniatures to represent yourself is what I want to kind of tackle. And I'd love to get a couple of battle reports filmed. I think it would be very cool to go through the scenarios, right? Especially because I'm trying to get the Tome of Annihilation book, and that would be cool to have that, and then go through the Age of Annihilation scenarios, and then at the end of it, rank them.
Sure.
That could be a fun video.
That would be good. Absolutely.
You need the tome? Here, message me after the stream. I have an extra tome just lying around. I wanted to go to a good home, so I'll send that your way.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, just message me after that. I'll get that to you, because I want to see. I keep on wanting to make content about the tome, but I'm backed up.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say the rule videos that you're gonna do will be useful. I was at the last store championship I was at, and I'm not going to name anybody, but he knows who he is. But he was using the Cobra Troopers, and he was bonding the troopers with the twins, which you can't do because they bond to the hero, and they bond to the specific trait of hero, and they don't have that trait, and they're not heroes. But he was bonding with the two twins. They were shooting. He was freely moving his other character with their ability, and then he was moving the troopers, and I was like, I got done with my match, and I was like, what are you doing? And he kept stopping and going back, and I was like, no, you can't do that. And he's like, what? And I just kept being like, dude, what is happening right now? Why are you moving everybody?
Cobras need
your
the
whole
buff.
army.
They need that buff, though, so
yeah.
And then I told him how it worked, and he was like, oh, and none of his opponents before that knew that either. So it's good to
explain,
especially
things.
Talk about confusing things like that.
I was telling, like, a lot of times at ScapeCon, I would tell them, like, if I'm missing something or I'm doing something wrong, please tell me so I can I can do it right, because my brain is just not here.
Yeah, there's definitely a big one I want to talk about, which I think is the one I see the most, which is moving through your own figures when they're engaged. I think a lot of people don't realize that you're not actually allowed to move through your own figures if they're engaged.
They're engaged, right?
I see that all the time. So that's the big thing I want to cover.
That's important. All right. Well, definitely check out Ranger's YouTube channel. Below, link description below for all these people. And Rogue.
I already subscribed.
Rogue, go ahead.
Thank you so much. I have to make videos now between the subs and the tone. Yeah, I gotta fulfill it now.
Do it. All right, Rogue, you're up.
Oh, it's me. Yeah, I'm a Rogue Skater. I feel like I've definitely earned this shout out for all I've contributed to this podcast tonight. But Gorilla Troopers are fun until you reach Q9. And then they're not too fun. But no, it's the end of Annihilation right now on my end. So I'm just painting like mad, trying to get the last of my figures painted before a whole new dump arrives. So I'll probably be streaming a lot more. I know I'll be streaming tomorrow and every Thursday in the evening. So if you're free, want to get some tips or just kind of watch me paint more live, definitely catch up on those. I got some other projects in the works now as well. I'm working scripting currently one working on my ScapeCon retrospective. So just getting my thoughts and some battle reports based off some footage I got there from that. And also I'm working on a new short series I'm calling Hex Tech, where I look at individual Scape characters and see not necessarily what you should do, but what you could do. So there's some fun stuff, like even stuff with Dorum, has some weird synergies with Werewolf Lord, or Crab, talking about just the things you can do with crabs, and none of it is good, but it's all just possible tech that's on the table. So that's all. I got a lot of stuff. We're out of con season now, so we're back into production mode, and some stuff should hopefully be coming soon.
Sweet. All right. And I, of course, am Ryan, Tales of Valhalla, and there's always new stuff. I'm so backlogged with stuff. It's like There is a short, an introduction short for Chemo Shia. I just say it because I've talked about it before. That I animated at ScapeCon 2, and Joe remembers this, and I'm still trying to get it out, trying to edit this thing. It's not that long. It's just like, I'm just still trying to get it out. So it's like, hopefully get that out soon. I'm not even gonna say a couple months or so because I don't know, but soon, depending on, and it's a good thing because I'm being asked. There's a lot of things that are being asked of me more so now. So and things that I'm asking myself to do more so now. And that's a wonderful thing. But at the same time, still have to talk about this game. When Gen Con is revealed, I'm sure there's going to be new miniatures to talk about, whatever they decide to reveal at Gen Con. So even if I'm not there at Gen Con, I'm still going to be looking at photos because Tommy will drop photos as soon as, like, before they're even taken. He drops them on Facebook, and they're there. So thank you so much, Tommy, for that. And yeah, just painting. I cannot wait to paint that new Morrow. Ooh, I just can't wait. I can't wait. And then the bears too. Those new bears, like simple paint. So looking forward to doing that and more things, guys. It's just gonna keep on getting busier and busier, which is fun. I don't know how we're supposed to do a podcast. Joe, how are we supposed to do this? Now it's coming down to once a month just because, just the time.
Oh, well,
It's like,
yeah, just because of the schedule. I mean, look, we're lucky we're doing it once a month. I think that's still pretty consistent.
Very, very true. We did finish like the journal entries, like Thorman's journal entries too. So at least we accomplished that.
So yeah, consistently we'll go back and forth between Classic and VC, but I feel like eventually we should, even though you're covering them on a separate thing, but as a podcast itself, we should probably cover the scenarios and the lore bits coming from there to continue that same, storyline from the Thorman's Journal up to now.
That's a Sonlin's Journal thing that we need
Sonlin's
to
Journal,
eventually, yeah. I give it another year or so.
Or
Secrets of Citadel.
Or we just come up with topics to talk about that are Heroscape related, but doesn't have to be specifically like lore. I mean, it's lore based. We could shape it around lore, right? Like we could talk about like what if scenarios, like because I remember when we talked to the Avalon Hill team during that whole thing. Talk about like, what's the environment like? What kind of stories and music and what's the world of Valhalla now? That like what are the possibilities and what would like to see as of like terrain, and that could be a topic. We could pitch ideas like that in there in our side content.
That would be the eventual, and we already have one episode released of ToV in depth, where we actually bring on an individual person involved in the competitive or design or tournament organization of Heroscape, and talk with them just individually, one-on-one. And we already did that with William Wellman, which was a great interview. So if you haven't listened to that one, check that out. It was a great conversation with him, and hopefully more in the future as soon as I get him squared up. ScapeCon, my goodness, the fatigue is real. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I will see all of you on Wednesday when I'm doing whatever I'm going to be doing on that particular day or that particular night. And again, and just real quick, 950 subs. I reached that point, 950 subs. I'm like kind of neck and neck with Roguescaper now. I think when it comes to the 1K sub race, just 50 more subscribers to go to get the 1K. So I'll probably do another subscriber drive sometime in the future. But yes, thank you all so much for being an awesome community, supporting in any way you can. Appreciated. You have a purpose in your life. Find it, pursue it, live it, and we'll see all of you next time. Bye now. Bye.
Bye-bye.